What is going on, everyone? Today, I wanted to make a guide on how to not get gatekept. I've been receiving so many comments and Reddit posts about the issues with gatekeeping. Well, as a raid leader, let me tell you all the reasons why you might be stuck in Party Finder. And watch till the end where I tell you the foolproof method to never getting gatekept again. Before we begin, click on that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one. Okay, so you reached the minimum required item level to do a raid after a Rage Honey session. You open up Party Finder to see dozens of lobbies just waiting for your character. You apply, and yeah. Most don't even have the decency to press the deny button, so you sit there waiting and waiting, hoping that you get pity accepted. Not a good feeling, right? I was and am still just like you. Let's start off with the first thing the raid leader sees when you apply: your class, your combat level, and your item level. Your combat level should be 60. That is a given. If not, ta-da, video's over. You found the exact reason why you are gatekept. Now, class is a little bit trickier. In my video titled How to Do More Damage, I mentioned how some raid leaders selfishly pick the best synergy classes for themselves. Especially with class imbalancing being in this game, some classes are just not as seen as favorable as others. Sorry. Now, I don't judge based on class since, I'll just pick up their slack, which I think is the better mindset, but that's besides the point. If you pick a class near the bottom of my tier list video, your class could very well be the reason you aren't selected. There are ways to combat this though, and let's talk about that. The most important thing that the raid leader sees first is your item level. If you are the minimum required item level for the raid, so normal con is 1580. If you're 1580, you will not be as favored as someone who is higher in item level as you. And this is a perfect example. This wonderful destroyer named Hate Dog, shoutouts to Hate Dog. Don't know who you are, but if you watch this video, leave a comment. You created a lobby full of 1600 plus. I mean, hey, you even have a 1629 for some reason. But as you can see, nobody is 1580 in this lobby. If you are the minimum required item level for the raid, you will not be as favored as someone who is higher in item level as you. Or, yeah, higher than you. If you have better gems and card set and whatnot, it doesn't matter. Item level is the first thing the raid leader looks at. Higher number equals good. If you can, I would highly recommend to hone a little bit past the minimum item level. Minimum item level for a better chance at being selected. There is also something called playing to your level, meaning that if you are looking for a party for normal mode Thamine, which is minimum 1610 item level requirement, and you are also 1610, don't apply to the full 1620 lobby. Just like how if you're 1580, don't apply to this normal Akon lobby right here. There's just no ethical tips I can tell you in getting accepted into these lobbies. Play to your level. So now let's say the raid leader approves of your item level and class and blah, 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 blah. Then he or she is now going to look at your profile. Uh-oh. Let's make sure we have everything looking good. First, do you have the correct stats for your class? So for example, this is my Shadow Hunter. You should have main stat specialization, and I guess it depends on which build you go, but primarily you go secondary on crit, at least for me here. Okay, so yeah, don't cheap out on stats. That's pretty much all I can say here. Get it as high as you can, and the golden number for your primary stat is 1800, so I'm already failing here. That doesn't mean I'll never get accepted, but when people are looking at your characters, they want to kind of see 1800 and above. And also, just as a side note, I know this does not apply to every class, so cater your stats to your respective classes. Second, do you have a relic stone like my bozo ass? Ew, right? The red background looks so ugly among your ancient accessories. It sticks out like a sore thumb. You can see I cheapoed on the class relic ring here, as well as my stone. Yeah, get that ability stone upgraded as soon as possible. Nothing more you could say here. A lot of people do gatekeep on not having an ancient stone. Third, roster level. So I know roster level is stupid. I don't know why this is even shown, but since it is, people do actually gatekeep based on your roster level. The implication is that the lower your roster level is, the less experienced you are, which means the more chance of jail. While this could be true, to ignore all the good and focus solely on roster level is such a toxic thing to do, in my opinion. But anyway, since it happens, for tips on increasing your roster level, run a bunch of towers on your alts. Otherwise, not much else you can do except continue to play the game. Fourth is title. If you don't have the title that the lobby is asking for, don't apply. You won't be accepted no matter how good you look. Again, play to your level. If you are not a Light Queller Thamine times 10 Reclearer, don't apply to that Light Queller lobby and wonder why you aren't being accepted. As soon as you get your title eventually, then proudly wear that and then apply to those Light Queller lobbies. Congratulations. Right? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So moving on to the fifth thing, Elixirs plus Transcendence. I'm just going to group these two together because they're both seen at the same time. If you are item level 1620 and above, you should have 40 set. Case closed. Now, if you are below 1620, like my Shadow Hunter here, and you have 35 set, you will be very favored in things like Voldus normal and 1610 Thamine normal lobbies. And also remember to play at your level. My Shadow Hunter is 1600, and she gets accepted quite quickly because I do have 35 set. For those that are 1610 item level and above, Transcendence should be at either level 2 or level 3 for your character. If you don't, I better see you have something that compensates. Sixth, skins. I know it sounds silly, but skins do give you a damage boost that people actually look for. The reason for this is not because of how much damage it increases your character, but more so that you actually care about your character. Is this a little toxic for those who don't like to play dress up for their Barbies? Yes. But some people just want to see some pretty skins. So this is definitely something where, everything else looks good, but you don't have skins. Maybe wear some pretty skins. Anyway, moving on to number 7. Engravings. If you don't have 5x3 plus 1, what are you doing? Accessories are continuing to drop in price. You can get away with 5x3 on some classes like Deathblade, that beautiful engraving support here, 5x free, 5x3. I know a lot of people use it, right? But if you have 5x3 or below, and other applicants have 5x3 plus 1, why would you recruit the 5x3? You're obviously going to accept the 5x3 plus 1. These are just some of the basics that you just have to do. Eighth is gems. Now, I see way too many alts terrorizing my party finder with the free level 7 bound gems. And they're alts, so I completely understand. But remember, it's about showing that you actually care about your class. If everyone is running 7s, and you are the one person that uses even one level 9 gem, that will set you apart from most of the other applicants. Now, if you're a 1620 item level and above, you should definitely have mostly level 9s and maybe even level 10s for your characters on the hard hitting skill. Ninth is cards. LOS 30 is the standard, unfortunately. It really makes my heart break when I see posts about, people wondering why they're sitting in Party Finder for an hour, never getting accepted, and everything about their character looks good, except that they have LOS 18 instead of 30. That is some depressing stuff. Cards need to change, and I believe I will probably make a guide for the new and returning players on all the avenues of obtaining cards and getting that LOS 30 quicker. So stay tuned for that. And finally, big bad number 10. And this is by far the most insane thing I have ever experienced. You see this button over here? Details. Yeah, click on it, and it'll show you all of your kind of profile stats here. It will also show you right over here bonus to demon type NPC. My friend got Gatekept from an Akon hard lobby at 1610 item level with full level 9 gems, LOS 30, the whole works. All because their demon damage was like 2%. Can we not? I mean, there's gonna be insane people like this, so like I guess you have to enhance your cards. Don't forget this, apparently, you know. But anyway, that was the end of this video. Again, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more things like this one, please click on that like and subscribe button. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Oh, and by the way, the answer to never being gatekept is making support. The end.